This is Marcus Corval with Studio MMA and MMA Nuts, and we're here with Bruce Buffer, the man, the voice behind the UFC. But you're also nominated tonight. Does that make you? Is that special for you still?
You know, I'm nominated with 4 other very distinct individuals, and I mean, honestly, how do you judge personality of the year? It's not that one's better than the other. We all have our own personalities, but it's an honor to be nominated. It's an honor to be in the same group with these other individuals. So if I'm lucky enough to get the statue, which will look great on my mantle, I'll share it with everybody, but it stays in my house. But I'd be happy to see any of them win because they're all great guys, you know, and it's just this is a grand excuse for all of us to get together, and it just shows that all the work that we've done, for me especially over the last 16, 17 years, has paid off to where, you know, it happens like this. It's great.
The voice, or the voices of the Buffers, I should say. Your brother has a famous line. I'm even scared of saying on camera because I'm scared I'm going to get sued.
I'm the sheriff of the Rumble, so be careful.
Now, yours. Can I even say yours? With your permission.
Go ahead.
I won't say it as good as you, but it's time. Is it trademarked as well?
Yeah, It's Time is trademarked, and We Are Live is going to be trademarked and are in process right now. And, you know, Michael's phrase, the 5-word phrase, I've marketed that into many different areas.
Are you allowed to say it?
Yeah, his phrase is, "Let's get ready to rumble." I'll say it very low, in honor of my brother, probably the greatest announcer of all time as far as I'm concerned. But we're partners, you know, and I never set out to be phrase-driven. It's not, to me, it's not what I say, it's how I say it. And it just happened to grow into its time, and I'm very happy that it's grown to where it's gone to.
Now, how does that work? Do the two of you sit at home and say, it's about to be time, how does it work? Do you just say it over and over again, like you said, with the personality and the charisma, and then it becomes something? Or do you sit down and actually say, these are the options, let's go with that one?
You know, I never did any of that. I never wrote phrases down on paper. I never talked to my brother about it. I just noticed that if you watch the old UFCs, I used to say, "It's time to begin the Ultimate Fighting Championship." Well, that kind of evolved over time into "It's time," because all through the night we're watching the fights, right? The fighters have been training for 8, 10 weeks, whatever their course is, to get to this grand moment for that main event where they go in and they're going to face off like 2 elks at a National Geographic TV show coming together, right?
That's the best metaphor I've ever heard.
So with that being said, to me, it's time. This is it. You trained, we've sat here as an audience, we've sat here as fans, I've announced 10 other fights, now we're into the main event. It's time, baby. This is the time to do it. Let's get it on. Let's do it.
Talking about time, last question for you. 2012, UFC going to many different countries. Sweden. What do you know about Sweden?
Well, I was in Stockholm. I announced a K1 in Stockholm. So I had the pleasure of being in Sweden for 5 days. And I loved it. Had a great time. And you have a lot of beautiful blonde girls.
So I hear, yes.
Yeah.
And so going back there again, it won't be your first time there. Anything in particular you look forward to going to Stockholm?
I think what I'm going to do is probably try to take a little time, do a little more sightseeing, you know, because I would like to spend a day and see areas I haven't seen. I also know there's areas I can play poker, and I'm a big poker player. So
you host your own tournaments, correct?
Yeah, tournaments, and I'm rated on the pro circuit. And Patrick Antonius is a friend. I played him on Poker After Dark. And the last time I was there, I ran into him and Johnny Fan and Liz Liu. So I might get my butt into a poker game somewhere and try and steal some of those Swedish dollars.
Thank you, Bruce. Looking forward to see you tonight.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Cheers, everybody. Happy holidays.